Kraven the Hunter delayed? Unbelievable. Along with Madame Web, we got a couple of things we're going to talk about on today's movie news. Today's big movie news headlines. Let's get to it. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we're going to be taking a look at a quote from James Cameron about Avatar. People are ready to go back to the movie theater in his opinions. We'll take a look at that. Kraven the Hunter gets delayed. Bummer, man. But so does Madame Web. And is there going to be a new Karate Kid movie? Really? And what's it going to be based off of? But guys, we start off the stories this week by talking about, the box office. Let's go over and take a look at what happened. Woman King wows with 19 million opening, A+ cinema score. Now, I didn't see this one because I went out and saw Pearl instead, but we'll take a look at where Woman King landed. Obviously, it landed at number 1, right? And when you go to articles like this, all the numbers get kind of lost in paragraph form. So let's just go over to the, the Box Office Mojo and take a look at the top 5 for the weekend of September 16th to the 18th. Number 1 was The Woman King. Number 2 was The Barbarian. Number 3 was Pearl. Number 4 was See How They Run. What's that one? And then 5 was Bullet Train, and Top Gun Maverick finally falls out of the top 5. Okay, but it still made $2.1 million. That's pretty good. But The Woman King came in first place with 19 million. Pearl, 3.1. Okay. Well, we knew that Pearl was going to be a lower budget film anyway. It didn't have a huge budget. We'll have to see how that fares and see how they run. Well, we'll take a look at that in a few moments with 3.10. So Pearl had 3.12, and See How They Run had 3.10. Now that may adjust later on today, depending on how the numbers come in. It get finally tabulated from Sunday. All right, let's take a look at The Woman King. See what happens here. This is with Viola Davis, right? A historical epic inspired by true events that took place in Kingdom of Dahomey. One of the most powerful states in Africa in the 18th and 19th centuries. Okay. No international numbers, so that's all domestic take. Okay, well that's good. Big cast, and I'm still looking forward to it. I may be able to go out and see it later on this week, perhaps on Cheap Tuesday. But hey, a lot of people wanted to see it, so 19 million, and that's not in the international markets yet, so its numbers are going to plateau a little bit. It's still going to be in the top 5 for a number of weeks here, I would say. Barbarian was that horror movie that opened up last week. That home invasion movie. Where a woman stays in an Airbnb and the guy who played Pennywise is staying there, and some nefarious things happen. 20.9 domestic and only 1 million internationally, so it hasn't opened up wide internationally yet. So even that, Barbarian's numbers will level out a little bit. But let's take a look at Pearl, the one that I went out to go see. Pearl is the prequel to X, right? X, 3.124. No international numbers. Huh. Weird. That's 2 movies that didn't have international numbers, right? Woman King didn't have international. Pearl didn't have international. So yeah. Our Vikings in the live chat says Woman King releases in UK and Ireland October 4th. Wow. Okay, so it's no huge rush for me to go and see it just yet. But Pearl, I saw. And my review for Pearl, aside from the box office report there, guys, my review for Pearl is up on the channel right now. So you can go and check that out. I have both like a full-length review, and then I have got my initial reaction out there for you guys to check for Pearl. I don't talk about spoilers that much because if you've seen X, Pearl is the prequel to X. So if you know what's going on with the main character, then you can pretty much put together exactly what Pearl is about. Sort of. I sort of addressed that in my review. Francis Chainsaw Grimp says in the live chat, greetings and good morning. Hey, thanks a lot, Francis, for joining the live chat. We're just talking about the box office weekend haul here for some of the movies that opened up. So Pearl, 3.12. Okay, that's fine. Third spot, Well, Don't Worry Darling opens up this weekend, and I'm going to go see that on Thursday. So all of these will probably get shifted down one, and then see how they run. What the heck is this? See how they run. In the West End of 1950s London, plans for a movie version of a smash hit play come to an abrupt halt after a pivotal member of the crew is murdered. A murder mystery, okay? Oh, and that does have international numbers. 7.6 worldwide. What the heck is this movie? Let's pull up the IMDb. See how they run. Oh, that was with Saoirse Ronan? Okay, now I remember this one. And Sam Rockwell plays like a detective. Cool. I like Saoirse Ronan. And I like Sam Rockwell. Yeah, we saw the trailers for this. Wow, this came out under the radar a little bit, didn't it? Oliver Jackson, Ruth Wilson. Don't recognize too many other... Oh, Adrian Brody is in this? And what's going on with Adrian Brody's picture there? That looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, he's from Predators, right? All right. You know who Adrian Brody is, but see how they run. Very interesting. Okay. Well, good that it's made a little bit of money back. That's good. And Tom George is the director. Yeah, murder mystery of a play. But, guys, that's pretty much the weekend's box office. Not too much else. Well, there is a couple of lower budget films that came out. God's Country. That's probably just like one of those religious films. Running the Bases. Is that a baseball movie? Nothing else too shocking here. But that's pretty much the way that the weekend's box office went for September 16th to the 18th. Did you go out and see any of these movies? I saw Pearl. We could maybe talk about some spoilers of that later on, maybe towards the end of the show. But with that being said, let's get to some of the big, huge headlines here today. If you don't know, we do movie news daily, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Come check us out. And there are all my social media handles right there, guys. We do the pre-show on Instagram. Usually, most of the time. I was running a little bit late today. I had some car issues that I had to go deal with. And then we do the post-show on Facebook Live, about 5 minutes after the main show here. And then... yeah, you can follow stuff on TikTok. Hey, you know those little shorts that we publish? You get extended versions of those on TikTok. Yeah, because I don't have the 1 minute shorts window that YouTube puts me under. And if you like this kind of stuff, guys, hit that thumbs up button. And subscribe. All right, let's talk about this Karate Kid movie. What the heck is going on? Is there a new Karate Kid? Sony sets Karate Kid movie for September 2024. Then pushes back Kraven and Madame Web. We'll talk about Kraven and Madame Web here in just a second. New Karate Kid movie. Well, you know, they do have that Cobra Kai that, well, is faring fairly well. They should capitalize on that, right? Well, apparently, it's not going to be based on that. And you're like, what? What? Hey, why would you not do that? Dude, I locked my keys in my car on Saturday, our Glass Viking says. A bummer, man. The Karate Kid franchise is now getting a new life in theaters. Columbia Pictures has set a date for June 7th, 2024 for a new film. But what the heck's going on here? No filmmakers or other details were revealed, but it's described as the return to the original Karate Kid franchise. Well, Cobra Kai is part of the original Karate Kid franchise, so what are you talking about here? And yeah, I don't think they need to go with that Jaden Smith kind of soft reboot of that. They didn't get rid of that one. It was fine as a standalone curiosity, but I mean, come on, they were in China, not Japan, guys. So it's not necessarily karate that. If you know anything about martial arts, anyway, it was kind of whatever. So. Is it going to be? It should be tied to Cobra Kai. I think it should be, but apparently it's not, and that kind of bums me out a little bit. You know, let's take a look at what one of the producers of Cobra Kai says here, just for some clarity. Cobra Kai creator addresses Karate Kid spin-off film. Wow. Okay, John Hurwitz, co-creator of Cobra Kai, is addressing and explaining the part. Okay, so he's got a quote here from his Twitter, it looks like. The guys and I would love to make Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies and hope to someday, but this one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well. So the studio, Sony, is just taking the name Karate Kid and trying to develop something else that's not related to something else that's very popular and that has a well-established fan base. What the heck are you doing over there, Sony? I don't get it. It gives me pause, especially then when you make quotes like this. It's a return to the original Karate Kid franchise, but you're not going to, because you can still use Danny, right? You can still use some of the people from Cobra Kai that could cross over and make a new film and not have it tied to the whole mythos of necessarily the lore of what's happened in the Cobra Kai series. But for people who are fans of that franchise, they'd have that one up. Kind of like what the Downton Abbey movies did, right? I never watched Downton Abbey until after I watched the second movie. And I still was able to follow along and keep up with that movie. You know? That's what Karate Kid should do with involving the Cobra Kai cast. I don't know. As more details come out, as I said, it doesn't seem like there's much else that they revealed. No filmmakers or other details were revealed. And do you necessarily have to go the next Karate Kid movie? You know how they did that one? Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. I don't know. I'm guessing that somehow they maybe want to re-envision the Miyagi character and work with that relationship again, but you know, I don't know. It feels like it's, if they pull that trigger and make that movie, that somehow they may they're missing the mark, right? Anyway, let's take some live comments here. Our Glass Viking says, let's talk about a Karate Kid storyline where the youth teaches the older person to defend themselves. Kind of like a reversal situation. Well, that would be interesting. That definitely would be interesting to see. But a new Karate Kid movie, guys, summer 2024. Is that something that you would be looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right. Let's talk about this Kraven the Hunter that also comes from this story, getting pushed back. Because Kraven the Hunter with Aaron Taylor Johnson was supposed to come out this January. But we got some release dates that got, switched around here. So let's take a look at where Kraven is going here. So Kraven is now going to be October 6th, 2023. So it's going to be pushed a year. 6 months. More than 6 months, right? Back from January 13th. So I guess, I don't know. I guess release time, Madame Web, that was supposed to come out October 6th of that time, is now getting pushed to February 16th, 2024, Madame Web. That's one with Dakota Johnson, right? Both Spider-Man spin-off films about their villains. And so Kraven goes to Madame Web's original spot, and Madame Web gets pushed to 2024. And we've seen pictures of Aaron Taylor Johnson working on the new Kraven movie that apparently, I guess, I heard that it's all in the can, that it's all done, it's all ready. He's just pretty much walking around in, I guess, I don't know, kind of a relaxed military look. But he's going to be hunting things, and then still no word yet as to what the main villain is, but we've seen him wearing the chain around his neck that some people say that needs to have more than one claw. But I'm guessing that he'll add claws to it as he gets trophies, right? Kraven the Hunter. And getting pushed back with Madame Web. Garfield is also getting moved back 3 months. Garfield with Chris Pratt. He's voicing Garfield and Super Mario? Huh. Okay. And then there was a couple of other small horror films like Searching that we talked about on the weekend on the Horror Weekly Roundup. True haunting film that got pushed around to under the Sony banner. But a couple of curious headlines there pulled today from Hollywood Reporter about some release dates and possible Karate Kid movie, guys. What do you think about those? Were you looking forward to Kraven? We haven't even heard too much yet. We didn't get a teaser, so they can push back the marketing on that for now. All right, let's talk about James Cameron. James Cameron says talks Avatar, re-release and the resurgence of the movie-going experience. Young film fans never had the opportunity to see it in the movie theater because it came out that long ago, right, in 2009. Young film fans, so he's talking like 5 to 10 years old here. Even though they may have seen the film, they really haven't seen it. What the heck are you? What? Even though they think they may have seen the film, they really haven't seen it. What on the? Oh yeah. Well, we know that Cameron champions the big theater-going experience. He's still obsessed with 3D for some reason, thinking that it's the ultimate experience. If you guys think it is, well, you agree with James Cameron. I'm somebody who doesn't, so there you go. He said his kids and a lot of people were still small when the first one got released. And then he goes on in this article to talk about, just how theater attendance has gone down. And I agree with that. There was only 4 people in my viewing for Pearl yesterday. And it was an opening weekend for it. So it's kind of like, bummer, man. And there really hasn't been a whole lot of movies in the theater right now because of the VFX issues. And maybe that's why Kraven and Madame Web got pushed, because the VFX houses just haven't been able to keep up, right? So they want to make sure that gets the proper attention it needs. But Cameron's been working on this for now 13 years or more, Avatar 2. So he says people are craving it, a re-going of a theater experience. It's slowly building back. Partly it's been because of the death of top titles that people would want to see in a theater, but Avatar is the poster child for that. This is the type of film that you have to see in the theater. Yeah, and it was huge. All the people that you didn't even expect to go out and see a movie like Avatar went out and saw Avatar, and people liked it. So. And people are still looking forward to the sequel coming out here this December. And Cameron feels like he's poised to capitalize on that and saying that, yes, we are getting a re-release of the first movie. And it's weird. We're getting it in September, right? September 23rd. So this week, yeah, we're getting the re-release of Avatar, which is kind of a distant. You'd think that they would re-release it in November, get it fresh on the top of people's minds. Next month you get to go out and see the new one. It's a little bit spaced, but I don't know. I'm guessing he hopes that people will see it week on end kind of thing. Yeah. And then, as I said, we've all seen the quote that Cameron said, "You're wrong about 3D. It's not really dead, not just yet." All right, Deadline. You just covered up my story with an ad, but you guys saw the ad there, right? Not the ad. Yeah, it's not really dead, not just yet. Well, because it is going to be in 3D, and then all the studios out there will be like, well, let's post-convert most of our movies back to 3D so that we can get some more of that cheddar, and then we'll go through that cycle again, and then he'll release the third one. People will get over it. And then he'll release the fourth one again, and he'll bring back 3D because it's one of his quirks. It's one of those things, those hang-ups. I call it a hang-up. Because I'm always more about the story for me, characters. And I like to see the whole screen instead of having the tinted. Yeah, I'm not going to digress on that. You know how I feel about 3D, guys. All right. Werewolf by Night, talking about inspirations and stuff for like things. Werewolf by Night from the MCU. We got some inspiration. We saw the trailer for this, and I really liked it. We did from D23, we did a full reaction to that trailer. It's up on the channel right now. It's kind of amalgamated with the other trailers from D23 from the Marvel panel, so you'll get the Secret Invasion trailer reaction in there too. So let's take a look at from one of the creators here. And his quote, that it was inspired by horror films of the 1930s and 1940s. Okay, well, that was obvious from the trailer. It was black and white, and you got like very classic, like Wolfman vibe from it. The chilling special aims to evoke a sense of dread and the macabre, with plenty of suspense and scares along the way, as long as we explore a newcomer to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, and I liked it. And apparently it's going to have some comedy to it, so we'll have to see how that pans out. Our Glass Viking says, I lump all of Marvel movie experiences together. If they move one another, we'll be along soon enough. Kraven being delayed won't put me off my cereal. Yeah. Well, yeah. Because it's a spin-off from one of the bad guys. Morbius was mixed reception. Venom 2 was kind of mixed. So that Sonyverse, it's on shaky ground, right? It's not on solid ground. There you go. That's what I mean to say. And we've read the synopsis for Werewolf by Night. It's a strange and macabre memorial to the leader's life. The attendees and thrust into a mysterious and deadly competition for a powerful relic. A hunt that will ultimately bring them face to face with a dangerous monster. The dangerous monster? Well, which is the werewolf, right? So, there you go. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if we're going to do a watch along for it. Comes out this October 7th. Yeah, well, no. Because I'm going to prioritize October 7th all for Hellraiser. When that comes out, October 7th. So I'll be looking forward to that. All right, guys, what do you think about that? Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Let's take a small break here and tell you what's coming up on the channel, what you can find here on Mirror Domains later on today in just over an hour, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be taking a look and watching for the first time House of the Dragon Episode 5. Okay, is there going to be a wedding? Huh. Okay. I hear brutal things today. It was kind of a minefield of spoilers to get through, finding all the movie news today for you guys, because I didn't want to get spoiled. But we'll watch it today for sure. Episode 5 on Thursdays, 1:30 p.m. We do She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. It's going to be episode 6, and I hope we get that Daredevil this week. And on Fridays, we do The Rings of Power. We're halfway through that series already. That's the motif. We're about halfway through House of Dragon after today. We're just over halfway through She-Hulk, and all the weekends we do the Horror Weekly Roundup, where we talk about all the big horror movie headlines that dropped. We got some big ones last week too, with Constantine coming back, with Keanu Reeves. Cool. It's all on there on Saturday. We did a lot of trailer reactions too, so take a look at that one. And of course, we do the movie news here daily. During the week, we also do full movie reactions for things like X. So if you like Pearl and you want to see my reaction to X, it's up on the channel right now. Full movie, guys. Line up your copy with mine, and you'll be able to watch along and enjoy the experience with me. We do things for like Prey, King Kong, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, things like that. We have lots of fun here on the channel. You're going to find something that you like. If you like those shorts that we do, you're going to find another one today for the House of the Dragon for sure. All right, guys. Let's get back to our. It's a new session. This is something new that came up last week. I call it the Tid Bit Rundown, the movie news Tid Bit Rundown, where we just gloss over a few of the headlines that came out during the day that don't really merit a whole story, but we'll go over the headlines and take a look at them, because some of them are just fun, right? Kirsten Bell apologizes to parents who have to constantly rewatch Frozen. Wow. She apologizes for it. This is why I don't have kids, guys. I just couldn't handle it. I'd be hitting my head against a wall. So she said, I would like to say that I'm sorry to every parent who has had to listen to Frozen on a loop. I feel you. I see you. I am you. I get it. Disney taught me to dream big and follow your heart, and that is what is totally appropriate to bust out into song at any moment. Playing Princess Anna has been the highlight of my life, I think. I mean, other than kids and stuff. Well, yeah, because she's a parent herself, and that's cool. Kirsten Bell, I think she's a fantastic actress, and she's got a nice sense of humor. So, and she does that in apologizing. She recognizing that, it's kind of like, hey, let's listen to Baby Shark on repeat for like 10 hours. It's like, ugh. Eventually, it just wears you down, man. But that was kind of fun. What's next? Kate Winslet taken to the hospital after a fall while filming in Croatia. Bummer. I like Kate Winslet. I think she's one of the more talented actresses working today. But she was filming a historical drama, Lee. And apparently she's doing well and is going to resume shooting this week. So what happened here? There was a mishap while filming, and I guess she just fell. She slipped. So I don't know if she was going down some stairs, maybe rolled an ankle or something, but it didn't sound too serious. But the team said she is fine and will be filming as planned this week. So it doesn't sound like she got a bump on the head or anything like that, which is good. Didn't break a hip or anything. Get better soon, Kate Winslet. Maya Hawke agrees with Millie Bobby Brown that Stranger Things has too many characters. Really? Maya Hawke. Well, she was just in a Netflix movie. What was it? Revenge. Right? And I heard good things about that movie. It had good reception. It's like... It was like compared to Mean Girls. Okay, so Stranger Things Season 4, she said that she didn't believe that Eddie Munson should have died. I don't think he should have died, but I think the show has too many characters, Hawk responded. So, yeah, do you think that Stranger Things has too many characters? We just watched Season 4, which is nicely packaged for you guys in a playlist for you guys. Full live watch-alongs that people really liked. And I do think that Maya Hawke is going to be a great actress in the years to come, for sure. So she kind of agreed with Millie Bobby Brown that there's too many characters. What did Millie Bobby Brown say? She said, there were like 50 of us, Brown said. I was like, you need to start killing people off. She said to the Duffer Brothers are too sensitive Sallies and don't want to kill off anyone. We need to be like Game of Thrones, she said. Well, that's what Millie said. And I do follow Millie Bobby Brown. I didn't see that quote. I don't follow her that religiously. But what do you guys think? Do you think Stranger Things has too many characters? Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, Mayor of Easttown was a great series with Kate Winslet. Look forward to season 2. I heard good things about that one too, for sure. And this is kind of funny. Wonka's Timothée Chalamet responds to fans' thirst tweets for the character. I guess he was bombarded with a bunch of people that were thirsty for his Wonka. Because, well, yeah, we know that he's in Dune, which is still filming right now. Dune Part 2 is due out next year. Can't wait for that one. But, yeah, we've seen him in Wonka with, like, what is it? Like the crushed velvet coat or whatever, or suede or whatever the heck that is. And I guess he was bombarded with fans thirsting over him. So he found it kind of odd, though. He says, you know what's really funny about that is it's so misleading. The movie is sincere. It's so joyous. Like, it doesn't have that sex appeal quality to it that he thought that he would get from making Wonka. And yeah, there he is right there. Oh, he sings. Okay. Well, Wonka is set to arrive December 15th, 2023. So it's still a year away. Still a year away from that Wonka. But, well, that must be all in the can now. I'm pretty sure, because if he's working on Dune right now, which he is, Wonka must be all in the can. It must have a lot of visual effects. But I just thought that fun. Of course, he's kind of a heartthrob out there. People like him. He's got that appeal. Thirst tweets. Yeah, that's like the common lingo of the day, right? You're thirsty. You thirst for somebody. We saw that in She-Hulk. Thirst trap. Wong was seduced by a thirst trap. Well, let's continue with these tidbits. We're having fun here, right? Why Sarah Michelle Gellar is grateful that NBC didn't pick up the Cruel Intentions reboot. And I do have this on tape somewhere. I really like Cruel Intentions. Great movie. Good cast. Ryan Phillippe and her definitely had good chemistry. They were like brother and sister that were very Targaryen-like. And it was kind of it was a retelling of that Velmont story of like if you ever heard of that story. That's what it was inspired from. But I guess they tried to make a TV series about this, and she actually shot the pilot. And she said this about it. That was a whole crazy time. Nothing against NBC, but the Cruel Intentions is straight streaming. On the first day, I was like, this isn't working. It's just not a network show. And if it's a network show, it's not my Cruel Intentions. So I'm actually grateful that it didn't work out. Yeah. So it did have a very adult theme to it. It was very mature in nature with the subject matter, dealing with sexuality, blooming and stuff like that. People taking advantage of that. And it didn't pull any punches. And Sarah Michelle Gellar was great in that. So I hope that she does more stuff like that, because she's a great actress too. She really is. So it didn't work, Sometimes I think if it were going to work, it would work along the lines of like House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones. That kind of intensity, right? That's the kind of flair it should go for. And they were trying to make it like a normal Thursday night schedule thing that you would see on like NBC, and it didn't work. And that happens from time to time, right? But sometimes things do work out. For Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, I guess they're having their 4th child. Breaking news. Well, all you got to say to that is congrats, you two. 4th. Wow. Well, you know what? As if they weren't busy enough. And that pretty much rounds us up for the movie Tid Bit Rundown. What do you guys think about that segment? I need to maybe think of some theme music for it, perhaps. Yeah, because I like doing that. All right, let's take some live comments here. Arglass Viking says, Stranger Things only bumped up its character roster in last season. Yes, it did. I think it has a fair amount of characters. Season 4 was the best so far. Indeed, it was. Plenty were killed off by Vecna. Well, yeah, the kids. Some of the kids were. For sure. All right. All right, where are we at? Let me see where we're at here today, guys. All right. Yeah, things are going along nicely. All right. Let's get back into some MCU stuff, some comic book news. I guess Thor: Love and Thunder is out now. It's on digital and Blu-ray now too, right? So, Gorr the God Butcher, Christian Bale was the bad guy in that, and we saw some behind-the-scenes photo of him transforming into Gorr now. Well, that's kind of cool. So if you click the link, it's up on the Instagram there, and you see him just sitting in the chair, getting painted gray. It does have some music to it, so because of that, I'm not going to play it, the sound for it. But yeah, it looks like him transforming into it. For me, like, yeah, see how he's opening his mouth there? It's all about the mouth for Gorr, right? Once you open the mouth, and it was the blackness to it that worked for me. Do we got another picture of Gorr? No. But it's kind of cool. Kind of a quick little time lapse there. And I do think he was probably the best character of Thor 4 that I liked. Just because of his performance and stuff, right? So, yeah, he was really great. And I think the makeup for that was pretty well done, too. I think it was kind of cool to see that showcase of them putting it all together and stuff like that. Yeah, allowing him to use his mouth and stuff like that, with it all kind of black. Yeah, that's what's kind of powerful when you're an actor, right? You just, once you get into the actual costume, it makes you look at it and go, now I'm this character, kind of thing, right? Benedict Wong would love a solo MCU series after She-Hulk. Well, I think a lot of people would like to see that too, because he's now the Sorcerer Supreme, right? Benedict Wong's She-Hulk appearance has gotten people, clamoring for more. Would he show up with Madison? Wongers. Do you guys want to see one? I do. So let's take a look at this quote here from The Hollywood Reporter, where he said, a lot of people have said that. Yeah, I could certainly think of some ideas, but hey, it's not for me to push that. If you ever see anyone, send the question over there. I mean, look, I love playing this role, and I think there's so much more scope that we could bring into with a series. Yeah, and I think you could. like what he did when Doctor Strange was gone in the blip and he had to take up that mantle, assuming that responsibility could be like the first episode, and then just his wanderings afterwards. Um, yeah, I think there's lots of story there you could tell, and I think people would be on board for a Wong spinoff, like him interacting with Shang-Chi. Where was that going? Him, why, thinking that he had to prove himself with Abomination, a duel there. So there's, I think there's lots of stuff there, and he's definitely a good actor, and I would love to see more. And they did tap into a little bit of the side humor that could be brought to that in She-Hulk, but if they just dialed it back just a bit, just a bit. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear me say that, guys. Just a bit, all right. So there you go. Wong. Arglass Viking says, Wong was great in Doctor Strange 2. He was. If he approached a solo project with the same level of intensity, I'd be on board. Sure, a bit of comic relief is okay, but just for a bit. Yeah, because the Madison stuff was... I think if they pushed that button to the extreme, people would get tired of it very fast. It was used just enough. Just enough. All right, we'll have to see, though. And, of course, he's also had interactions with Spider-Man. We know he can't go there anymore right now as of just because of all the contracts and stuff like that. But a Wong spinoff, is that something that you guys would want to check out? I for sure would. And let's wrap up the Marvel stories here by talking about Miss Marvel Season 2, reportedly greenlit by Marvel Studios. Okay, well, reportedly means that it's not quite substantiated by the big trades, but from what I heard, the audience that was intended for Miss Marvel liked it, so I could see it happening. Yeah, it's no surprise that this series would be getting a second season, but I think they would have to wait until after the Marvels, which is Captain Marvel 2, which she is going to show up in, right? It'll be after that. Season 2 would happen after that, is where I'm thinking in the timeline. While there's nothing confirmed until Marvel Studios confirms it on paper or Twitter, a new report from regular inside provider has suggested that it's being pitched as a limited series. Miss Marvel could have already been confirmed for a second season. So it was originally supposed to be a limited series, but I guess people liked it enough that perhaps a season 2 is in the works from some insiders. So, did you guys watch Miss Marvel? Did you like it? Did you think that there's a second season worthy there? As I said, we'll have to wait to see how she pans out in the Marvels, the actual movie, and see how that ties in and where she is at the end of that movie. Because I don't think they could fit in a season 2 between... No. Because I'm pretty sure it didn't season 1 lead off into what's, her involvement with Captain Marvel 2, the Marvels. Yeah. But it's a no-brainer, right? No-brainer. All right, Peacemaker, Season 2, switching to DC here, guys. James Gunn. James Gunn suggests Peacemaker Season 2 filming is ready to start. And that's something that I heard that a lot of people really like Peacemaker. I couldn't see it because... Wait. It was on Discovery, right? Warner Bros. Discovery, and I don't have access to that one. But it was on HBO Max. No. Did Crave get it? I don't think Crave got it. But anyway, I still want to see it, and that's why I haven't. Guys, I don't have all the streaming services. But I know that the reception to Peacemaker, a lot of people liked. So I think, just like Miss Marvel, I think it's a no-brainer that if people liked it, that there's going to be a season 2. So, and I hear good things about John Cena. And I liked him in the Suicide Squad movie that he was in. So, where did this come from? Confirmed by James Gunn? I guess he shared some behind-the-scenes shots on his social medias and wrote, "Happy birthday, Danny Ebe. Love you and looking forward to hanging with you again on set and off in just a few months." So it sounds like he's going to be working with one of the directors or producers again of Peacemaker on HBO Max, right? So was it on Crave? It must have been. There was some, Crave is so weird, and Crave is expensive, guys. It's like $30 a month for portions of the HBO Max library. It's ridiculous. At least for here in Canada. Anyway, yeah. All right. So yeah, I think that's a no-brainer, right? Let's take a look. Warner Bros. Discovery and tease more of a cameo appearance. Yeah, James Gunn. Peacemaker, is saving one DC character for Peacemaker 2. Wasn't there going to be another spin-off from Suicide Squad about like that weird monkey creature as well, from what I heard? Perhaps not. I don't know. But Peacemaker Season 2 sounds like it should be filming pretty soon here, according to James Gunn. Just a few months, he said. There you go. Our Glass Viking says, Miss Marvel was good. Plenty more to explore, but a movie could tie it all up just like quick. Yeah, just like that. It could. And it would establish her in a footing for the movie cinematic universe, which is where I think they want to go over having perhaps a season 2. But I don't know. Well, let's just have to keep our eyes open and our ears to the ground to figure out what's going on. All right. We got a few more stories that aren't listed there, but in the description below. Let's take a look at them. Just a fun little one that I read this morning, which was kind of interesting. Nolan's original Harvey Dent plan would have ruined The Dark Knight. Well, yeah. Apparently, Harvey Dent was supposed to be in all 3 movies. And it's a good read there that Screen Rant has up. So if you're curious about Two-Face and what his involvement was going to be in his trilogy, apparently, you remember the lawyer that was working with Rachel in the first movie. Apparently that was supposed to be Harvey Dent. And the one that was like prosecuting Joe Chill, the guy who killed Wayne's parents, also was supposed to be, he was supposed to be working with him or something like that. Not Joe Chill, but he was supposed to be around in that process. From what this article was telling, yeah, he was supposed to be in Batman Begins. The original plan was for Gotham's DA to be Harvey Dent, and introduced in Batman Begins as a supporting character only. And while Dent would obviously not be killed, his role in the movie would have been pretty much the same as Carl Finch's. The connection between Rachel and Harvey. Okay. Yeah. But then I guess he was supposed to survive the Dark Knight and then become like the true villainous. Like, well, he was already on his way there at the end of the Dark Knight, but he was supposed to survive and be more of the main villain in The Dark Knight Rises. And this article just explores those ideas. So I encourage you guys to go read that article. It's a good read, and how they just say, well, they kind of explored his dark side, and they would have to explain how the face wouldn't kill him from disease, right? And how they kind of championed that it was good that each installment had like a separate big villain. Because I still like Bane. I like Bane. Mostly because of Tom Hardy and his performance, but and his voice too. But I was kind of curious that originally Christopher Nolan had bigger intentions for Two-Face. And it's a good read just to figure out some of the nuances there. I'd go check that out if you are curious about that. I certainly was. Kevin Smith reveals Mallrats cameo in Clerks 3. Now this is Clerks 3 has opened up in limited release, so this is just a minor spoiler. If you were a fan of Mallrats and you were or if you just like Kevin Smith movies, I want to see Clerks 3, and I'm somebody who doesn't really care too much about spoilers, but I guess Ethan Suplee is his name, right? Ethan Suplee, who was much bigger at the time, and I guess he was just like Kevin. He was big, and then I guess he had some, I don't know if he had medical issues, but he just lost all the weight, and he bulked up. He put on some mass, and that's cool. And I guess from Mallrats, they brought him back for a cameo in Clerks 3. That's cool. That's cool. That's all I pretty much wanted to say. And why wouldn't you? All right. Yeah, Clerks 3. When we get a wider release of that, I'll be seeing Clerks 3. I'll prioritize it because I really like Clerks 2, and I like the first Clerks movie. Finally, Willow sequel, the series is coming out. We got some new images. A look at Queen Sorsha and her return. Wait a minute. Revealed Queen Sorsha, Joanne Wally's new royal appearance. Okay, now, was she in the original movie? Was that character in the original movie? I don't know that much about Willow, guys. So when it does come out, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to do watch-alongs for it. I'll maybe do I'll do the small reviews for it, like maybe like what we do on the social medias there for it. Maybe I'll do that, but I won't do the full-length watch-alongs, because actually a lot of people aren't watching the full watch-alongs just yet. They pick up steam later on. Maybe because I'm not doing a very good job of advertising them, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. For copyright reasons. But yes, Sorcha was in the original movie. But okay, she was, says Artglass. It's been a while. I need to revisit it. I need to rewatch the first Willow movie before this series comes out. I did like the trailer for it. The trailers that came out at D23 for it, which we did a reaction for. It's up on the channel. I like the imagery in it. I like the feeling of it, and I like the tone. So there's some new images of the Queen Sorsha. And finally today, guys, if you don't know, I just want to give a moment here talking about queens. Thousands mourn as the Queen's funeral. It's going on right. Well, I don't know if it's over by now. It started like 4 o'clock in the morning here. People are paying their respects, and just to let you guys know, I had my moment of silence there for her. Because if you're not part of the Commonwealth or anything like that, I know some people in the States, they don't care about it. They don't really understand it. It's time to say goodbye today. So that's what a lot of people are doing. And I just wanted to say rest in peace, and you had a good run. All right. That's all the big storylines that I wanted to go over today, guys. We are going to go over to the Twitterverse and take a look at some of the things that I perhaps missed, and take a look to see if I've missed any other big headlines that perhaps have dropped that I have overlooked, because that's what I want to do, and I do what I want to do on this show, right? There was another Ezra Miller story that came out, and yeah, I'm not going to talk much more about Ezra Miller. It was some craziness. Maybe it's in the Twitter headlines here. We'll take a look at that. If it comes up in Twitter, we'll talk about it. It's just some more things, thinking that he's the next Messiah. Yeah, it's not really related to any movie news, so that's why we were not going to address it. Jesus, man. All right. Nicholas something Galitzine will star along Anne Hathaway in Prime Video's The Idea of You. It follows a divorced mother, Hathaway, who sparks a passionate love affair with a pop star. Ooh, sounds racy. She meets after taking her daughter to a music festival. Isn't that what happened to Olivia Wilde? She was divorced and met a pop star. That's very on the nose, isn't it? Okay, well, hey, you know what? I like Anne Hathaway. I don't know who this guy is, but okay. The first episode, no, I don't care about that. New photos from Causeway with Jennifer Lawrence and Brian Tyree Henry. I heard that Jennifer was very on board with this. She liked the story. November 4th. And I like Brian Tyree Henry in Bullet Train. She's what, like a pool cleaner or something? I don't know what's going on here. But it's good to see Jennifer Lawrence back. She just had a kid, so she's getting right back into work. Wow. Happy birthday, Rachel Sennottle? Or Sennotty? Well, she was in Bodies, right? Yeah. All right. It's her birthday, if you know who that is. Sennott. Sorry, Sennott. That's an exclamation mark right there. See how sometimes it's hard to read that? Okay. Oh, and Ezra's trending again. Okay, there's... maybe we will take a look at it. Okay. A24 has landed the rights to Instinct, an erotic psychological thriller from the Bodies director. Okay. Erotic thriller. Baby Daddy stars Jean-Luc Bedeau. Okay. Recently reunited. Don't know what that is. Millie Alcock bids farewell. Oh, no. See, now this is spoilerish. But we are halfway through House of Dragon. House of Dragon is 10 episodes, and today we got the 5th episode. We know that there's a time jump with some of the characters. We knew that because even before the first episode came out, we saw Damien standing with the older actress. So I guess I don't know how people are going to receive it because she's been so good. Millie Alcock as Rhaenyra. I think people are going to miss her if the new actress can't live up to that bar, because she set the bar high. Guys, in just 35 minutes, we're going to be watching that episode. And, yeah. Okay. And I hope to see more things from her. Clive Barker's Hellraiser released 35 years ago today. Really? Hellraiser? Where's the trailer, man? It comes out in a couple weeks. Ismael Cruz, Cordova, and Orlando Bloom. Oh! This is kind of cool. Arendir from Rings of Power, and Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Okay, that's kind of neat. Don't expect Legolas to show up in Rings of Power, though, guys. Rings of Power takes way before Lord of the Rings, although he is an elf. I don't know. I hope not. Anyway, that's kind of a cool photo. Zendaya. What the heck is this? I want to see the dress. Is that part of the dress, this upside down heart? Ravishing anyway. Good makeup. I like the hair. Jason Sudeikis. Okay, it's his birthday. Woman King. Set to debut at #1 at the box office. It's exceeding expectations, and I've heard great things about Woman King, for sure. The Rotten Tomatoes there for Woman King is 95%, 99% by the audience, by over 1,000. I should have seen that, right, guys? Maybe tomorrow, guys. Maybe on Wednesday I'll go check it out for sure. Thursday I'm seeing Don't Worry Darling. So Galadriel is in it, so Orlando should get in on the action. about Rings of Power. Maybe. But Woman King, guys, I hear great things about it. Great things. 19 million, as we saw in the morning box office report there. The Fabelmans apparently won People's Choice Award at TIFF. That's that new Spielberg film that's semi-autobiographical, right? About this young kid falls in love with movie making. Do Revenge, Camila Mendes and Maya Hawke is #1 Netflix movie. Really? Okay, yeah, that's that Netflix movie. Do Revenge. Where this one is the popular one and she's the least popular one, and they promise to take revenge against each other's enemies so they don't get suspected of revenge. I'll check that out, maybe. Yeah. 13 years ago, Jennifer's Body. Daisy Edgar Jones with a gummy in her mouth. Viola Davis. Once again, taking very interesting photos there. Very interesting. That's a hat? Huh. I dig it. Let's hit the heart button. Heart sign for that one. I dig it. Okay. Danny Ramirez's birthday. The Menu has debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with an 87%. That's that Anya Taylor-Joy Ray Fiennes movie, where a bunch of elites assemble for a dinner by a famous chef played by Ray Fiennes and end up getting hunted or something like that. It's really weird. Okay, I'm looking forward to that one. Florence Pugh and Tom Burke in psychological thriller The Wonder. Is it Tom Burke? I thought it was Cameron Monaghan was also in this, because they released a poster for this on Netflix November 16th. Yeah, I thought Cameron Monaghan was in this, but I guess let's just take a look. The Wonder, yeah, there's that poster. Okay, so no, it's not. it's actually Florence Pugh. The poster. Oh, I'm ashamed, because I do like Florence Pugh, and I mistook her for somebody else. Oh well, you know what? That happens. Tom Burke, there you go. Kieran Hines is in it. Cool. Toby Jones. Good cast. What's it about again? A tale of two strangers who transform each other's lives, a psychological thriller, and a story of love pitted against evil. Story of love pitted against evil. Looks like a period piece. Okay, The Wonder. I think that's it for today, guys. Despite not performing well theatrically, Robert Eggers' The Northman ended up becoming profitable for Focus Features due to BVOD sales. Talking about Anya Taylor-Joy, and good for it. The Northman still is going to be one of my favorite movies of the year for sure still. Just beautiful film. It's very poetic too. A lot of it is said without dialogue too, and that's what I liked about it. You let these actors emote. And good performance by Skarsgård there. Alexander Skarsgård. What the? Netflix has launched a casting call for Squid Game The Challenge. With the largest cast in reality TV history, 456 real players will enter the game in pursuit of a life-changing cash prize of $4.56 million. Really? Should I join up for this? It's probably exclusive to like US people anyway. US casting call, or UK global casting. Maybe I can join that. I'd join it. How far will you be willing to go? We heard about this, so I'd have to fill that out. Upload a video. Please upload a 1-minute video telling us about yourself, why you'd want to be part on Squid Game The Challenge, what your game plan would be And what would you do with a huge cash prize if you won? Well, I can definitely do that. Guys, should I join up, or at least try to join up for Squid Game, the challenge? That could be interesting. I can definitely produce a 1-minute video just like that. I've thought about doing those kinds of things, you know? Trying out for Survivor. Survivor's the one that I'd like to try. Big Brother, the politics just becomes too high schoolish for me, I suppose. But I could try out for maybe some of these things. Why not? Would you guys? Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for today's show. Join us in about 5 minutes for the post show on Facebook Live, and join us in half an hour for House of the Dragon, episode 5. I hear it's going to be bloody. It's going to be bloody, perhaps. See you there. And if not, see you tomorrow for more movie news. Thanks, guys.